Savage Lands. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words, guys. Exiled from your homeland and marooned on the shores of a strange...
Is this another survival game? Is it? Alright. Sorry.
Exiled from your homeland and
Is it early access as well? Alright, okay. Thanks.
Exiled from your homeland and marooned on the shores of a strange island, your fight to survive has begun. You must now explore this unknown place to gather the resources and weapons you will need to fend off the ferocious creatures lurking in the shadows of the forest.
So what is the deal with Savage Lands? Well, as the intro said, you are shipwrecked on an island. It's a co-op game with up to 8 players, or you can play it single player, whatever you want. It doesn't seem to be procedurally generated. It does seem to be a set island that you're on, and essentially you have to get your ass into gear rather fast and start scavenging around. Now when you spawn, you are at the site of the shipwreck, and there are lots of things to be had. If you look around, there is an axe sometimes, there are stones, logs, sticks, ingredients to make bandages, bits of cloth, and you need to grab everything. And then you need to get your ass off the beach and start heading into land. When you start heading into land, you will come across all manner of beasties. Imagine Skyrim. That's the closest thing I can think of. It's because this is a survival game in a fantasy setting. There are a number of villages. I've come across 2 or 3 villages that I've found. One of them is called Argo, and in Argo there are things to be looted. Just lying around, you might find a sword, there's bits of fruit. There's also a building or 2 with doors on that you can open and close and use for shelter from the night, which I'll come to in a minute. You've got your 3 bars at the top. This one has your cold meter because it's very cold in Savage Lands. You can get blizzards and your body temperature drops, and you are only in a loincloth. You have to start finding armor or crafting it. There is quite a decent crafting system in this game for you to craft all manner of tools and buildings and armor. So you wander around, you find this little village and you pillage it. There is skeletons and all kinds of beasties knocking about that will rip your face at the first hint of them seeing you. There's also what look like donkeys that you can eat. I don't know if they are donkeys. If they are not donkeys, well, the badly drawn cows. I don't know what they are, but they're on 4 legs and I eat them and they're nice. So there's stuff like that knocking about. But what I would suggest you do if you do play this game is build yourself a house rather fast, get enough materials for a couple of fires, as getting through the night with only 1 fire will result in you getting rigor mortis, as I found out on my first playthrough. So get enough mats for a couple of fires. Now here's the thing, the first gripe of this game. What the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? Now, I don't want to offend anybody here, especially the developers, which means I'm going to probably offend the developers. But is it just me, or are we seeing a lot of games that are made by people who can make games but haven't the fucking first clue of what a game should be like? They have the intellect and the tools to actually program a game, but they are fucking clueless as to how the game should behave, how it should be programmed. Because when I play these survival games, and I include all of them here, even my favourite 7 Days to Die, they all suffer from the same fucking problem. You starve to death after 30 fucking minutes of gaming. I mean, the human body can go 3 days without water and 7 days without food. Yet in a game like this, you have to ram 6 pork chops an hour down your fucking throat, or you die of starvation. What the fuck? Why can't we survive 3 full day and night cycles of the game without having to eat or drink? I mean, let's just, make it a bit more realistic, please. Instead of having... Because what happens is, you play the game, and you don't enjoy the cunt, because you're running around all the time thinking, fucking hell, I've only got 20 pork chops to last us the night, however will I fucking survive? Because I'm sick of playing survival games, where the entire time in the game, instead of exploring, it's must find food, must find food, must find water, food, kill, eat, cook, drink. Off. I want to enjoy a survival game. I want to, it's like playing when you play Skyrim and you have that whole world of Skyrim. I don't know what it's called. It's called Skyrim. I keep forgetting. That's why it's called Skyrim. The whole world of Skyrim, and You can explore it without having to worry about eating and fucking drinking. Why can't we have a survival game like that? Where, yes, you do have to get a bit of food, you do have to get a bit of water, but you don't have to fucking eat and drink the every 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's even worse? In this one, particularly, you walk around and your armour degrades. And it's the same with your weapons. You start hitting like an axe onto some grass and the starts to wear out. Now, I could get a fucking axe from B&Q and I could sit for years hitting the fucking grass with the and it wouldn't degrade at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are they made of? Fucking cheese? Yes, we have to follow the yellow brick road of survival. You need to eat and drink and buy new tools, repair new tools and make new tools and new armour and new swords and everything else, and they must run out after 2 or 3 days so that you keep going over and over and over again. Fuck off. I had to get that out. Sorry, I feel a bit better now. Other than all that, what have you got? Well, I got myself a house. I made it outside of a little village, made myself a little fire, made myself a little totem which allows you to respawn if you die next to your house, well, wherever you put the totem, and I found it fun. And on a night time, when it gets really cold, the night stalkers come, which are rather nasty, and it is scary, this game. I found it scary anyway. I was kind of locked in my house crying, but I had to come out to get warm because I built me fucking fire outside the house because I was scared of carbon monoxide poisoning, but obviously I then realised that carbon monoxide poison is probably not in the game, but it was too late then. My fire was outside and I was in the fucking house freezing me balls off, so I died. But next time I'm going to play with a few friends hopefully, and things will get a little bit better. So there's quite a bit to do for a few hours, but then it just gets boring. Wolves come running at you, boars come running at you, skeletons come at you, and then one of the worst things about this game is, brace yourselves, everything fucking respawns. Yep. In the villages there are random things lying on the floor, and guess what? They all fucking respawn. They all respawn. So you might find an axe on the floor, you pick it up, the next time you go there there'll be something else there, because that's a respawn point, you see. See, way to break the fucking immersion. I'm sorry, but these villages have been abandoned for fucking years. What happens to the fucking fairies come at night with new fucking loot and put it down? Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And I've watched some people on playthroughs say, hey man, yeah, if you just go into the village and just pick up this stone and move it off the spawn point and then go back a few minutes later, there'll be something else. Fuck off, man. That's not survival, that's just fucking easy mode. Just go into the code, mate, and you know the code for respawning, just fucking delete it, please. Thanks. We don't want that in a survival game. We want to have to rummage for it. And stop everything fucking flashing, will you? I mean, I'm quite capable of finding a stone on the floor. I don't need it to flash. Hang on a minute. Where have I seen that before? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, guys. Whoa, hang on. Whoa, stop the review. Stop the review. Something's just dawned on us. Let me take you back a few months. Everything's glowing just because, you know, now we live in a day and age where people are too fucking blind and stupid to know the difference between a twig and a fucking pebble. So, hey, let's have them glowing. Why? When did this happen? When did everybody become a moron? I just kind of woke up one morning and then developers thought, remember guys, everybody's a fucking moron now. Anything that can be picked up, make it fucking glow, because that adds immersion. Honestly, fuck off. Honestly, developer, Mr. Developer Man, if you're watching this, will you please stop making everything fucking glow that we can pick up? I am capable of rummaging around the fucking forest floor, picking up sticks and stones. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need a fucking glowing stick. I can pick that up. Honestly, I want to find stuff. I want to feel as if I'm there, you know. So yeah, enough of that. So yeah, the stuff you build, you can build fires and fire pits and traps. The forest. And the buildings. The buildings, you put a blueprint down as well. In the forest. Is this the fucking Forest 2 under a new name? There's another problem with it, guys. And do you want to know what that other problem is? It's the price. Yes, it's on special at the minute, and you can pick it up for $11.39, but its real price is it's £19, guys, and it's just not worth £19. It just isn't. There's nowhere near enough justification to put this down at £20. I mean, yes, you can build a few houses and a town hall and a fire and weapons and armor and stuff, and you can scavenge around, but there's too many gaping holes in this. and there's not enough to do as well. So as much as I did enjoy my 3 hours in the game, and I'm probably going to do another 3 in co-op, it's too early to be throwing £18 at it. Unless you really have been waiting for a fantasy survival game. I'm not saying it's a bad game, because it isn't. It's just not worth a buy at this moment in time, and they need to fix a lot of the hunger, thirst, the degrading issues of your weapons and armor. The respawning needs to go completely, and trees need to grow back. I mean, the trees don't fucking respawn, but the pebbles do. I mean, what the fuck? It does need addressing, a lot of this stuff, but it's one to keep an eye on, and I'm going to come back in a few months' time and have another look at it. So this is Savage Lands. It's a decent game, has a bright future if the developer just keeps sticking in at it, but you know what? When you say early access survival, I just picture a guy running out his house with 2 suitcases with money hanging out, getting the next flight to fucking Rio. That's what I see when I hear them words, early access survival. So let's hope that this guy has integrity and that he keeps it going, and that this gets a lot of love and a lot of attention and a lot of updates, and then in 3 or 6 months' time it turns into one of the best survival games ever. It has that potential, but he needs to get stuck in, get working, and good luck to you, sunshine, but it's not worth a buy yet. If you would like to see me actually learning to play these games before I do the review, I have over 1,000 videos on my sister channel, which is called Max Corner. It has all sorts of playthroughs of pretty much every type of game that's ever been released. Platformers, horror games, simulators, space games, survival games, you name it, it's on there. It's been going for a couple of years now, and like I say, it has over 1,000 videos. So if you want to go and have a look at what I've got on there, just click the link here.